Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Monday night. Monday night, you know what that means? It is the North America RaceRoom DTM95 Championship. And tonight's a special night. Tonight is the final round. Week 8 of 8. A lot on the line. I believe, I don't know if all the podium positions, but at least Position 2 and Position 3 of the overall championship are up for grabs this evening. So it'll be fun to see what happens in the, up there in the front of the overall standings, but also probably of this race. There's also a lot of things happening in the midfield. Plenty of shakeup can happen this evening with everyone in there as well. I think there's some positions that are pretty tight through there, so it's gonna be fun. Riot, Evan, welcome. Amado, welcome. We're trying to jump into the server here. Once we get in the server, then we'll make this quick. Dom and myself are going to be talking on this stream and his stream. I'm also going to be driving as well, so I'm sure that'll play. If I do bad, I'm gonna blame that. Hello, welcome all. As I'm trying to get into the server here, if you're for those of you here right now on Twitch, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining in on this community overall on the Twitch community. Thank you for that. If you're watching this later on YouTube, after this goes up there, thank you for watching there as well. Make sure to follow both sides. Make sure to get your notifications set up. Make sure to like any videos that you think are great. Dislike any videos that you think are bad. Doesn't matter to me. We put them up no matter what. We put them up for the community, by the community, to showcase the community members, to showcase good racing, bad racing, all kinds of racing. We show it all, and we do not stray away from anything. So, yeah. In addition to Twitch and YouTube, we've got the Instagram, kind of brand new into the social media realm for the North America Race Room. And that is the name of it, actually, North America Race Room, all run together. Very easy to find. Search for that on Instagram. With Instagram, we also have Twitter, in RaceRoom, at in RaceRoom. I don't know if there is a Twitter. I think there's a Twitter link here on the Twitch side. I need to get that on both sides and make sure it's there. I need to put Instagram probably over here on Twitch. I know it shows up in the comments when I put it on YouTube. So follow us everywhere. If you're new to this, if you're not in the community, but you've found our videos, whether on Twitch or YouTube, find the link on either side and join up on our community. We obviously are heavily into RaceRoom. We do our own championships, league, season, whatever you want to call it. We do the ranked sessions every week, the Wednesday events, the endurance as they're called, usually longer than an hour, usually 90 minutes or more. And then all the weekly ranked servers that go up on a 15-minute or on an hour basis or whatever. We do it all. In addition to RaceRoom, we do other sims as well. So iRacing, ACC, AC1, Assetto Corsa, R Factor 2, Automobilista 2. I mean, we do it all. Jump in there, even if you're not heavily into RaceRoom. We do it all. We talk about everything. We have a lot of fun, which is really my main thing. Trying to do for the community is try to have as much fun as possible. In the end, these are video games. Some people take these very serious. I do at times, but there are other times where I don't take it as serious because in the end, it's really just a game for me, like it is for other folks. So we have fun. We're serious at times, and we have fun at other times. So make sure and find us out there. Check us out. Motto's got the race app link here on Twitch. So if you're watching, you're not part of the championship here, click on that link, and you can see all the standings. You can kind of keep, maybe follow along and see where people might end up. See if there's going to be any major changes to the standings. We'll find out. Kind of fastly going through this. Fastly, I don't know if that's a word or not. Let's see, who's out there? Michael Duffy. No, everyone's out there. Auto Directors is not circling around. It will now. Michael Duffy must be the first person on a battle lap here in practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump down into the broadcaster's booth with Dom. So you're going to hear Dom on my stream as well as his stream if you're watching it. You're going to hear me as well as I'm driving. We're going to attempt this. We're going to see what happens. So it should be fun. Either way, this is the final round. This is going to be fun no matter what. We're going to have a ball. We're going to have a heck of a time. Whatever happens, I won't be mad about anything. Hopefully no one else is either. Season 3 is coming. More details soon. So this is Season 2, final round. Season 3 will be happening very soon. Information is going to be coming out very soon. So if you're watching this video and you're interested about Season 3, join the Discord. You'll find out more. So here we go. We're down here with Dom. So what I'm going to do, he can't hear me yet, which is just fine. You'll hear him eventually. I'm going to jump into my rig. I'm going to leave this account with him, jump in with my other account, and hopefully make this all work in the end. So you should hear both of us eventually. So Twitch chat, you stay beautiful. You hang out with us here. Hopefully we're going to see some good stuff. 45 minutes of action here at Suzuka. I'll be back at the end of this. You should hear Dami and myself the entire time, so should be fun. So I'm going to jump in, put down some practice laps, go into qualifying, kind of talk as we go, and have at it. So thanks for watching. For you on YouTube tomorrow, thanks for watching as well. I love you just as much as Twitch. I love everybody. chat.
Hello, Mr. Jared. How are you today?
How are you, sir? Well, good morning to you. How are you?
Yes, good morning indeed. Yeah, not too bad myself. And you?
I'm doing okay.
Doing okay. That's what we like to hear. I didn't see you put any laps during practice, but have you done any private testing of yourself so far?
I did very minimal today, and then I just put in 2 laps during practice. That's time, so we'll see what happens.
Sounds perfect. I mean, we need to do 50, 100 laps like some people do. You can just hop in and go. But how are you finding this? Obviously, it's the finale. How have you found the championship as a whole over the 8 weeks?
I've found it to be very. What am I looking for here? It's been pretty awesome, honestly. It's been really fun to drive these cars for 8 weeks in a row. They don't really come up all that often within the ranks. The rank combinations with the right setup, these cars feel really good. So it's been quite enjoyable, I will say.
Yeah, and you say that about the setups. I think it's very similar to the 92s as well. I think these cars are a bit more family friendly or a bit easier to use compared to those 92s. But as soon as you get the setup dialed in a little bit, I think the stock setups on these cars are pretty off-putting. You'll drive these for a couple of laps and absolutely hate them, but it only takes a couple of changes, and they're a lot of fun to drive, especially with the traction control. It makes it a bit more friendly around here. But yeah, it's been a good 8 weeks. As we come to a close here, you yourself, you were having a good season, but you had two. Well, I was going to say too bad. You missed round number 3, and you had a DNF at round 4. Which unfortunately took you out of contention for the championship. But apart from that, you're sitting pretty, and with a good result, you can get yourself up to P9, I think, in championship. Which would be a good result, I think.
Yeah, I'd gladly take that for missing a week and then having a bad. Where did I DNF? I forget even. But
The Sasha ring.
Yeah, I don't care for that. I don't care for that track at all, really.
Fair enough. Yeah, there's a couple of tracks, but like Falkenberg and all the Swedish and sort of Nordic tracks, which are kind of left on one side. You either love them or you hate them.
Yeah, that one I did not love. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But obviously, as we come to a close on the second season for North American RaceRoom, you guys have had a pretty good sort of turnout. Obviously, with the first season in the CR1s, that was quite exciting. That was only a 4-week calendar, and that was sort of done and dusted very quickly. That had a good amount of participation here as well. Obviously, it's dropped off towards the end, and that's sometimes to be expected in all series, no matter what we're doing. But generally, you've been staying above the sort of plus 15, plus 18 mark, which is really good to see. There are 26 people on the leaderboard at the moment, so 26 people have taken part in this, which is for a group which is very much in its infancy at the moment with all this. You guys are certainly putting on the show for everyone here. It's really good to see.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to keep it competitive, but then also fun. At least I do. There are a lot better drivers than I am in this game or any so I try to bring the fun factor where even if you're not the fastest or the best, you can still have fun. You can still get enjoyment out of it. So that's what I'm trying to preach, at least for these and really for ranked. I mean, everyone can't be the best, so at least try to have some fun while not being the best.
Yeah, it's a nice mentality to have. Obviously, over the 8 weeks, you get to get used to the people you're racing with. You understand those who might be a little bit quicker than you over the course of the season, and you've got a benchmark to work to. And obviously, the racing is good, it's fair, but it is can be pretty robust sometimes. And I think these cars obviously promote that. But it gives you a good opportunity in an atmosphere where obviously just above us there's a voice call filled with about 15 or so people all together, and it's a much more relaxed atmosphere whilst still providing the same quality of racing like you would in a ranked session, which I think is anyone new to RaceRoom for sure is a real nice place to just sort of get stuck in and with a real friendly community.
Right, and hopefully with these championships or leagues or whatever you want to call them, that gives people the opportunity to, like you say, like kind of get out and work on skills or work on anything really in a unranked setting where they might help you more in the ranked side of things with rating and reps. We're definitely competitive, but then we're also fun. We're also, learning how everyone drives around each other. That way, it potentially makes the ranked sessions for the American side, even that much more better, or safer, cleaner, or whatever you want to say. So it's kind of all bleeding together, which is great.
Yeah, without that, I would say the American side of RaceRoom is still kind of small, and whenever you see the Wednesday ranked, it's basically everyone from this Discord anyway, making up half the numbers. So with that, everyone does get used to each other. Everyone knows everyone's sort of limits and the way they drive, and it definitely promotes that better racing. And I think without this Discord group, the American side would be rather lackluster. And you guys have done a very good job at promoting it quite religiously, really, and getting those big groups. Like obviously we had the 2.4 hours of Spa last week, and that had upwards of 20, quite happily, I think 25, 26 or so for that race. Also we had a few drop out throughout it, but initially we had basically a full server, which is sometimes rare on the North American side, but it's ever growing, and that's, I think, partly down to this Discord here.
Right. Yeah. You're certainly a part of it. Trying to make it bigger, trying to promote racing as a whole, trying to promote clean racing. But I mean, you guys at GRG, you're doing the same thing as well. So I mean, we're all kind of working together here on the American side. To try to make it, bigger, better, safer, funner, cleaner, whatever you want to say.
Sounds like a Daft Punk song. But yeah, I get what you mean, and we're certainly going with that. But away from that, the track, how are you finding Suzuka at the moment?
Suzuka feels like Suzuka. It's it's technical. It's also got its wide open spots where you can get some speed. I'm messing with stuff, not setup wise, but I'm just now getting to an out lap to try to get a lap in. So, but with these cars, at least with the baseline setup that I'm running, I haven't changed much of anything. It's doable. It's certainly with a no part of the track where you can lose it, maybe the hairpin. I try to get to the throttle, but it should be pretty smooth sailing. I hope. I'll probably go up first.
Of course, the S's on lap 1 are going to be a little bit tricky as everyone piles into turn 1 and 2. That'll be fun to watch. We are on board with you here, so don't mess it up. That's what we'll go for a lap round with you here. So make it clean. Yeah, Suzuka, known around the world for many a controversy. A couple of memes in the Discord already tonight about what could happen into turn 1 here. 1 and 2, a little difficult. You've got the trail in. You can see there a bit of a slide. You can see there. And then wide through 2. It's very easily done though. It's very inviting to get on that power. Up through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes is here. As we're going uphill all the time. It's tricky. Half the time you can't really see where you're going. There's a little blind, especially going over this right hander here. It dips down. You wait to go to the left. And you always forget, or at least I always forget, how long this corner goes on for. I keep on wanting to accelerate, and there's very much some grass and gravel right hand side inviting. Coming into Degner 1 here, easily rollable, so you don't want to hit that curb. Use the Astra on the left, and then Degner 2. Want to mount that curb there and use the Astra again on your left. The hairpin is going to be a forefront overtaking point. A couple of dives in here for sure. Obviously you've got the kink going into it, which is going to be a bit of a worry for a lot of drivers. If you're going side by side through there, through the kink of it into the hairpin. Might see a couple of action spots through here. Coming down to Spoon, nondescript, long right-hander before we get to Spoon. A little bit of Astra on the right, you want to dip your wheel in that before chucking it left. I always overrun this, and then I always mess up the second part of Spoon. This corner I don't think I've ever got right at any point in my life. It was like probably the worst corner on this track, I think. And then back straight, pretty fun. It's still not really straight, so much curve. Good opportunity for slipstreaming. Is this flat through here, one farther out? Or
Yes.
is it lift?
Well, for me, like that little kink right there, I left ever so slightly.
Yeah, just a little blend of the throttle before getting into the Casio triangle 1, 2, and 3 over the curves. Lovely done. Yeah, pretty solid lap there. P16 right now. Was that invalidated at any point through turn 2? Or was that clean?
I did invalidate it, yes. So I'm gonna do it again.
Not completely clean, but nonetheless, you are almost on the board. Field is relatively spread at the moment. Surprised Derek McCord has joined us tonight, and his wife is allowing that, but nonetheless, she'll be happy with that for sure. Matt Bergen, our championship leader, at the front once again, 2/10 the gap good to Patrick Carnahan. Bit of a breakaway, those two, Fia Lupu, Thomas Co-op, and Romero Perez come 2/10 in succession after that. Theodore Entry down in P8, the man in P2 in the championship is 2 seconds off Matt Bergen. So maybe a little bit worrying for him, but it's a 45-minute race here. And the tyres, is everyone going to go for softs or are they going to go for mediums here? Or have you not got that far yet?
I haven't really gotten that far yet. I'll probably go. I'm just trying to get on the board, but I'll probably go mediums.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of times people going for those soft tyres. Manchop and Brands Hatch, I think, will want people using softs. They're kind of a bit easier on the tyres. Suzuka, not so much, especially that first and middle sector. They like to eat away the rubber. We'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe someone uses the hard compounded tyres. I'm pretty sure John did in the first round, either first or second round. They used the hard compounded tyres, which didn't really work at all for them, but it's always there, the option. And I'm assuming you're just running the auto director stream tonight.
Say that again?
You got the auto director on, just letting it do the swing.
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Anything and everything. All the good bits.
All the good bits. I'll match that where I can. I always like on lap 1 where it doesn't quite know what's going on. Tries to flick around a little bit, but apart from that, it's a good little piece of software for sure. Final minute, which means if you aren't already halfway through your lap, you ain't going to finish it. I wish that was one thing RaceRoom did change, was the ability to allow you to finish that final lap. Very much annoys me. It's the only sin that is unlike all the others. I guess it's the same for everyone.
It would be nice if you just for qualifying. Practice is over, but
Yeah.
put it in qualifying that way. If you're out there and you're having a good one, then you're not really timer going.
And they can always put a secondary sort of cool down timer of 2 minutes, so if no one crosses a line before that, you just skip to it anyway, which I think most games do anyway. But yeah, it would be nice, because like I say, there's been a fair few times on that final lap and you're halfway through it and then the game just cuts you off. It's a little unfortunate. But you do have a lap on the board there. There you go, and you're not last, so you must be pretty happy with that.
I'm not last, no.
Not last.
It's not a very good sector. Let's see, the sector got a little wiggly there in the hairpin, but hey, I'm on.
Yeah, and well, a lot of people are saying that the fuel consumption around here is quite high. A lot of people having to go for the almost full tank. So that could be a little worry, maybe, some people, if they forget about that. Obviously, those tires as well going to be pretty pivotal in this one.
Yeah, I think for fuel, I'm going to overfill it since last race I did not have enough and I had to make a pit stop.
Yeesh. That's a sim racer's worst nightmare.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Now for the warm-up, as always, a little bit of tradition. Where's the jump? Is there a jump?
I don't know.
I know you can roll at Degna 1 quite easily.
Yeah, that's probably where I'll head right now. I mean, I guess maybe you cut through the S's at full speed. You might hit a bump somewhere to get a couple tires off, perhaps. I'm sure you're going to see probably 14, 16 people just driving backwards. What tends to do.
As always. 5 minutes, just have a little bit of fun. Remember, Perez seems to be pedaling on those going back to pits. I thought he was about to do a proper lap there. No one is allowed to do a proper lap. It's illegal. Investigating off to the side, if anything.
Nothing, I'm just going to go stop for a second.
I like how your car blends in with the grass.
I just wait to have someone hit me from behind, perhaps.
Probably won't take too long for sure. Remember, Perez is having a little bit of a little mini race with someone. I think they're trying to get the better of each other. So how do you feel everyone's going to do down to turn 1? Is it going to be nice and calm, or are we expecting a little bit of chaos today?
I'd have to say it's probably going to be pretty calm, I would think. Who knows, towards the back where I am, it might get a little scrappy. I might push a little bit, not push too far. I might be pushing a little aggressive.
A little bit of loading never hurts anyone. A little bump here and there.
You got the saying, you can win it on so I'm going to try to do that.
You can. There are always heroics entertained. turn 1 for sure.
That's what I've heard at least.
Yeah,
A rumor.
they say that enough. There are, I'm looking at my little race app thingy, what is it called? The dashboard, and there are a range of tire mixes and tire compounds out there. I won't tell you who's on what, but there are variables. People are doing alternate strategies, which could be interesting. Either that or they forgot to change. I mean, someone's on the hards, so that could be interesting.
I forgot to change those myself.
Yeah, a couple remaining on this sauce, but one driver's moved their way to hards, and we'll see if they stay there. That could be interesting for the long run. But yeah, a minute. So you're just gonna. So you say you just whack a setup on, but does your setup change from qualifying to the race at all, or is it just fuel loads?
Never. It's just fuel, tires, and making sure I have everything set.
Fair
I
enough.
don't between. I don't put the crew. I don't put the pit crew to work. They can just.
They got a nice easy life, eh? Very lucky. Oh yes, I forget it's always a rolling start with these things. But here we go. You're at the tail end of the field. How are you going to play this one?
I'm going to kind of see what happens here. If I get ahead of Mark here in 16, I might jump to the inside, see where I can go from there.
Well, the lights are out as we make our way down to turn 1 for the first time. Matt Bergen with a clean start, everyone filing side by side as we make our way into turn 1 and 2. Everything's line the stern at the moment, nice and calm. Indeed it is. We make our way up to the S's for the first time. This is going to be interesting if anyone's still side by side. Over Mayor Perez and Thomas Cohort jostling for position there, P4, P5. Obviously the sparks have been turned up for this one. They're all over the place. Ready to see what's going on with the amount of sparks we've got during the middle of the day. We might have someone slightly off the track there. That might be Grand Prix having a little excursion. And
Might have been me as well.
might have been you as well. Fair enough. There's go through deck and there's someone covering the entire cover. Not going up on 2 wheels there. They got very lucky for sure. And there are 3 people on alternate tyre strategies, which is interesting. Let's see how that plays out. On either side as well, so we've got all 3 tyre compounds in this race today. It'll be interesting to see in the first half and the second half of the race how that plays out for those respective drivers. I won't tell you who they are just yet because we do have a driver with us who is, well, literally driving. I can't reveal too many secrets right now.
Just so you know, Dom, I can see all that.
Oh, you got that up? Next. I thought that'd be on like the other side of the room.
No. I've got.
Damn it.
I got honored by the TV tower. It tells you all that.
Oh wow, that's. I didn't know that. I don't really use that because it doesn't give me anything that I need.
I know. I'm just saying.
Maybe it does give you something that maybe I could use as information.
You could easily run on it and turn everything off, but that.
But that sounds kind of helpful.
So when it's starting compound, you can see their rating of the rep around you. You can tell everything.
I didn't know that was the feature. I knew about the rep, but I didn't know about the tightness.
Oh, yeah. See?
I was
So you
marking.
do commentate.
Yeah. Maybe I kind of need this now. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I might as well reveal it then. So Derek McCord's gone for the wild strategy by going into the soft tyres. He is going to have a very interesting 15 minutes at the end. And Theodore Ensbury and Keisha Paul both on the hard compound tyres, so they'll be hoping that'll be very opposite to Derek McCord happens that their last 10 to 15 minutes of the race is going to be a lot stronger compared to everyone else. Whether or not that will come to fruition is yet to be seen, as we are only on to lap 2. It's going to take a fair while for those tyres to even out and then unbalance themselves as the wear goes on. A little bit of a battle at the back. Morehouse, Svetek, McCord. How do you say your surname? Svetek. Oh, I've been saying that wrong for like months.
I've heard it 1,000 different ways, so you want to say it.
That's very gracious of you. But you are momentarily being passed by Mr. McCord. He's looking around the outside. You're pushing them all the way there.
I'm gonna close the door so hard.
Really closing the door. A couple of wheels on the dirt there from McCord. He's sticking it in there, down the inside, into Spoon he goes. Dame goes the Dame car, gets it done. You got the section though coming down the back straight. 3-1 Oh, and there's a spin. He's sliding. Round he goes. From 13th to 15th in the blink of an eye. Easily done though, I think, in these cars, especially in these sort of mid-speed corners.
Yeah, I had too much speed in. I'm trying to keep it there.
I don't know how potent the dirty air is, but I'm sure that will help your case at all. Yeah, little trick things. Also, we do have a pretty solid rear wing on this, but it's mostly mechanical. You gain one from Mark Sutton there, who's facing the wrong way through the final complex corners. But yeah, mostly mechanical grip in this, and once that lets go, it's completely gone. It's not like a downforce car where you have that momentum to keep you stuck. You go too fast through the corner, the car's gonna go very tail happy, and it's not like you can do it.
So just for any of the viewers in 0.8 fuel to the gills, that is super close.
And you filled it to the brim.
Yeah, it was filled to the top.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. I was in the other voice chat just a couple of minutes before we went live, and there were a couple of mentions about putting it to the brim, but whether or not they actually went ahead with that or not is another thing. So could be seeing a couple of extra, well, maybe a couple of splashes and dashes if they don't realise. If they do realise early enough that they've put a little less than they're hoping, then see a lot of fuel saving, which can be easily done around here. The hairpin down to final chicane, and then also down to turn 1. It's quite easy to fuel save around here, but not necessarily what you want. Matt Bergen though down to P11. He's got damage in front of his car. I'm not sure what's happened to him, but championship leader down in 11th. And I'm going to spoil any anticipation by saying that literally Matt Bergen has to finish and he'll win the championship.
I was about to ask if there's any way for him to
he would have had to come 18th or lower with N3 winning, and that would be it. But N3 right now is in P7, so the lead's a little far away from him. So really, if Matt Bergen, he said he has internet issues. If he gets disconnected from this race and Theodore N3 wins this, or Thea Lupu wins this race, they'll take the championship fight. But that's the only way. There are only 16 people with us, so as long as Matt Bergen finishes this race, he does take the championship. So second and third will be left to squabble over. That'll be Theodore N3 and Thea Lupu. They're separated by 4 points in the championship right now, so it's basically whoever finishes ahead of the other one will finish ahead of each other in the championship, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Matt Bergen's done a very impressive job to win 6 in a row, came third in the last round. But yeah, he's been a very unstoppable force, and I think a little bit annoying to some others having one person which is particularly very good in these cars. Once again though, Jazz caught up to Morehouse, who was obviously that cork in the bottle deck, because been and gone through Morehouse, so maybe a little bit of pace issues for Morehouse at the moment. McCord on those soft compound tires using them to good effect, get himself a couple more places up the grid. Looking to the outside for his Spoon. Isn't going to happen there, Jared, but it's worth a try. You're keeping it stuck, keeping it around the outside, going to make sure he doesn't have the same house with the sun off to the left there. That is Matt Bergen. How the torrid time things like he's down to 14th. You'll see if he can charge his way back up the field. It literally doesn't matter though, he has to finish the race. He'll win the championship. It is going to make it a little bit easier for Theodore Ensry. to try and maintain that P2 ahead of Fia Lupu. Obviously they're separated by 5 places at the moment. Down the inside into the Casio triangle goes Jared, holds around the outside for the last corner and down through the final corner, gets that move done. Maybe we'll see a little bit of weaving down the back straight because that slipstream is quite powerful in these cars. Maybe Andy Morehouse can retaliate. There's a bit of a wobble there, and the second wobble, maybe even the third wobble, he's taunting the silver car, but down the inside anyway, holds around the outside, nicely pinched there, takes the P12, a little bit of a sort of showboating wobble there, but let's see if you can hold on for it now. Maybe that will come back to bite you later on.
It's going to, Dom, I tell you. You know, Morehouse didn't want to let me pass. Not out of bad sportsmanship, but I think he was a couple points behind me in the overall standings. So he wanted to stay ahead of me for sure.
Yeah, there's a couple of people on the race app, but I haven't got their names sorted out yet, so I'm not quite sure who some people are, but I think you are right. See him on here. Actually, can't see him on here, but right now you are obviously 13th in the standings. Ahead of you is Grimy Dog, who isn't here today. Tim Kennedy, also not here today. Derek McCord, though, he is 14 points up the road, so you're going to have to finish a good 6 or 7 places ahead of him to take that position from him. Can be done. You've got 34 minutes left of this race here, so that's something to aim for. Maybe Derek has a spin here or later, maybe induced by you, maybe not induced by you.
It's a small love tap.
Will never hurt anybody at all. There's also Graham K as well, who's currently P16 in Championship, only a couple of points behind yourself. He's a little up the road as well, so you've got a couple of people to be looking out for. It's not over until the Fat Lady sings, or at least until that checkers flag comes out anyway. And this shows sort of how competitive this has been, and certainly in the midfield, places are still up for grabs. Even second and third are still up for grabs. They're only separated by 4 points after 7 rounds of racing, and yeah, shows that the people who've come to this have brought their A game, and there's a lot of fierce competition out here. Under the bridge for Richard Fletcher. Made a little spin, or a little half spin out the second Degner. Drops himself a couple of places back from P7, P8 down to P10. Draws himself a little bit closer to Derek McCord. In turn makes him a little bit more vulnerable to Jared as well. Here in those previous lap times, Fia Lupu set the pace at the moment. He has taken the lead from Patrick Dunham in those previous laps there. A 2:04 dead from Lupu. He's still a pace indeed. Best lap time of the race so far, a 2:03.2, also from Fia Lupu. Very quick indeed. Sort of GT3 pace, I'm pretty sure around here, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, it shows how quick these cars really were. Back in their day, they were very much pinnacle of GT racing, and that's hence the name of DTM. Obviously not so much prevalent anymore after the switch to GT3s, and not even uncapped GT3, so I don't really see the point of DTM anymore. The 12 GT Championship in Europe, so I'm surprised if it's going to last. I really don't see it lasting all that long, to be honest, which is unfortunate, because obviously we did quite like those Class 1 cars, and obviously the history of DTM is rather strong with the teams and the Magnusons and all of the above. Very strong names that have gone through the DTM. Also been a bit of a feeder series for F1 as well. Esteban Ocon and Pascal Wehrlein had both gone through DTM before going to F1. So it was certainly a very strong championship, and one that he did need a lot of talent to be able to be competitive in. And yeah, unfortunately, it sort of slipped to the wayside as we are now into that GT3 era of DTM. But we can still reminisce and look at these beautiful 1995 cars. Obviously, a single make today for this series, the Mercedes only. Any reason why it was just a Mercedes, or was that just the one that was sort of the easiest to drive out of the lot?
For this class, it's the only one there is.
Oh, is that? Oh, is it the 92s I got?
The 92s have all the variations, yeah. The Audi, BMW, and all that stuff.
That's my bad. Yeah, obviously a very iconic car, this one. It's pretty much a poster car, I think. Anyone who sort of looked into the history of motorsport at any point would have seen this one appear during their research. It's very strong in era. It does look good. It's probably one of the better looking, because it just looks like a box on wheels, a bit like the Volvo was in British touring cars. It looks like something that shouldn't really be good at racing, but it was, and kind of one of the reasons why I liked it.
And it has the hood ornament on it. It's like a bullseye, like a sight. Like where you want to go, you go.
Yeah, who needs the Rolls Royce little figurine when you have a 3 silver arrows on there? But yeah, basically like a little target, a little guiding sight as you navigate your way through Suzuka. Obviously, if you were into DTM in the last couple of years, you can go and watch Super GT, which is GT500 cars, was basically the same of DTM. DTM and Super GT and that GT500 class were planning a convergence on the Class 1 rules, which unfortunately never happened to a full extent. They had a couple of partnership races, I think one at Hockenheim and one at Fuji, possibly, where DTM went over to Japan and Super GT went over to Germany, which was pretty cool to see. But if you've never watched Super GT, I think it's on Motorsport TV, free of charge, and that's GT3 cars with basically DTM, sort of 2020 DTM cars, and they're very quick as well. The Japanese seem to do racing quite well, especially Super Formula as well. But we are into our first 15 minutes then. First third of the race down. Wonder if Derek McCord is going to start to struggle on their soft compounded tyres. Maybe not just as yet, but in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I think that could be a little bit of an issue for him. If he even knows he's still on their soft tyres, maybe he thinks he's on the mediums and he's maybe unaware of what's about to hit him. Theodore Ensry and Keishan Hall actually starting to make good progress there, both up a couple of places on those hard compounded tyres. So they could be ones to watch out for really in those last dying moments of the race. Matt Bergen, though, after 2 successive spins there for him, dropped himself from the lead all the way down to 12th. He's caught up to the back of Derek McCord. We'll see how long this takes Matt Bergen to get through. If he even can get through, is one thing to catch up, is another thing to pass. That's for sure. He's right on the bumper through the first sector though of the red car from Derek McCord. And it's pretty much single file through the S's. It's kind of difficult to get the way through. If you get a good launch up the hill, you can try and make a dive for the Degner 1, but there is a very scary curb on the inside. If you hit that, your day is going to get quite bad. A good exit like Matt Bergen's just done though, out of Degner 2, could see it'll send up the inside. No, Derek McCord covers that off through the hairpin. Matt there struggling with power there a little bit. Seemed to wobble coming on the power there. These two keep on battling. There's a Jared and a Michael right behind, and a couple of seconds behind. Greatly appreciate these two battling over these positions, allow them to draw in a little bit. Well, you were almost a second quicker than Derek McCord on that previous lap, so it's working. You keep it going. Currently a three-way fight though for P7, 8 and 9. Grimy Dog holding off Keishan Hall, who is very much under pressure from Evan Gramke. He dips himself into the outside of turn 1. Maybe you can see the reversal of what Jazz just done from the defense onto the attack, swinging around the outside. Nope, not this time. Has to cut back into line there, into turns 1 and 2. It's tricky to hold around the outside, but seen it done just 10 minutes ago from Jazz. If you can hold around the outside, you can pretty much pinch your way into 1 and 2 and just cut off the nose of that car on the inside, and it doesn't really give them a lot of choices whatsoever. Indeed, he chops himself a good second and a bit back from Derek McCall, so a little three-way fight back here. 12th, 13th, 14th. And I would say all three of these cars here are a little bit quicker than Derek McCall compared to previous lap times. Indeed, Jared, you were 1.1 seconds quicker than Derek. You're quicker than him, and Michael too. He's coming with you. Maybe Matt Bergen's the cork in the bottle. He's really struggling around here, it seems, today, which is very much unlike him. 6 wins in a row. I must reassure you guys, he was capable of doing, and that is what he achieved in the first 6 rounds of the championship. Look to the inside from Duffy, then a spin for Jared, and says hi to Michael. Gets himself back going. No damage there, just tail between the legs and a little bit of disappointment there.
It was unfortunate for sure.
It was very unfortunate. That was true. Very easily done. Trying to get the power through the hairpin, a bit of undulation changing as well as you try to struggle to get that power on. You can loop it quite quickly, quite easily.
Should have gone with hard tires.
Oh, we're only 20 minutes into this. Barely even halfway. Maybe Theodore Ensry and Keishan Hall have climbed off an absolute blinder here. If you're worrying about your tyres, I really do fear for Derek McCall, who is out there on the soft compound tyres. He's going to have a very sad time for half of this race. But maybe Theodore Ensry's up into P6, Keishan Hall P8. They're on those hard compound tyres. It could be the winning strategy here, which is not what you normally say for a 45-minute race. There's not normally ever any strategy in anything under an hour. Could be the winning one. Matt Bergen though has re-caught Derek McCall. We saw that a minute ago. He was able to catch up. Made a mistake, drops back. We'll see if that's deja vu or not, but they're going to go side by side into Degner 1. This could only go well. Derek McCall using all the curb, but has to concede that place in the end. Matt Bergen very impressively round the outside at Degner 1 and then into Degner 2, just chopped the nose and got that move done. I'm surprised it wasn't there. A little bit comes up there, but it has freed Bergen from P11. He's 7.5 seconds off the back of Richard Blatch, though. That's quite a hefty margin. Halfway through the race now. Got another half to go. We'll wait to see what those tyre compounds and how they play out. But plenty of time for Matt Bergen to regain in place. Currently as he stands, he will win the championship. Theo Lupi will take P2 in the championship over Theodore Ensry. So that reversal coming in at the final round of the season. I don't think Ensry will be too happy with that one whatsoever, losing out to Theo Lupi in the final round. Of course, me myself, I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I am in the Hall of Fame for the North American RaceRoom Discord after the inaugural Season 1 in the CR1 prototype couple of things which don't do anything well. They don't go quick in a straight line, and they don't go around corners particularly quick as well. They're a useless car to be honest, the Aquila CR1 cars. They are pretty good fun to race against each other, just if you're on your own. It's a little lonely. Keishan Hall though round the outside for the SS. A bit of a mistake though from Grimy Dog. Allows the car behind him, which is completely identical. Because you're running the similar livery, I think even the same number, which doesn't help things at all.
Derek McCord had to go into the pit.
I would assume full tyres. Indeed, he's out again on another compound of soft tyres. So the one-stop strategy here could play out. He's 12.5 seconds off the back of Mark, so actually not too far. I was expecting him to come out maybe 20-30 seconds behind, but only 12. So maybe with these fresh compounded tyres, he can try and regain the time that he lost, at least up to P14 maybe, which isn't tremendously far away. Battle for the lead though. It's a three-way fight between Lupu, Carnahan and Co-op at the moment. American. Romero Perez there. Just a couple of seconds away in P4, so it's a three-way fight plus 1 for Romero Perez. They've got a comfortable 8-second gap to Lyndon Bingaman in P5, so it's going to be these front 4 here that are going to be squabbling over that podium position. So if these 3 continue to fight, Romero Perez catches up. Out of those 4, one of them's not going to end up on the podium. That'll be a little bit upsetting for whoever that may be. Also, can't predict the future. We're going to have to wait 20 minutes to find out which one of these 4 is going to be one that doesn't end up on the podium. Grammy Dog's trying to fight back. Keishan Hall though isn't happening. Not this time anyway. Saw how he was able to close in the Citroen down the main straight. Gains a couple of Ks over the car ahead of him. But unable to do so. Grammy Dog on those medium compounded tyres. Keishan Hall on the hard compounds, and maybe we are getting into that transitional phase where the hard tyres are starting to become very similar to the pace that the mediums are off-putting. Jad, would you say the mediums are starting to fall off a little bit, starting to struggle maybe?
Ever so slightly.
Yeah,
I think I was just, maybe I had picked up a little dirt or something in all my spins, but they're feeling okay now. They shouldn't be terrible. They're probably not as good as what a hard would feel like.
Just a little bit faster, maybe. Just a little tiny bit. Of course, you've got traction control and those things to help you out a little bit.
Right. They're just a little past the time.
Yeah, you'll do a little bit of Lewis Hamilton and you get the second wind, or whatever it was from Hungary, where Hamilton's tyres always seem to come back to life for a little bit. Which they always do, and they do in F1, and they will do for literally every driver, but he's the only one that seems to mention or care about it, which I find quite entertaining. Maybe they'll do a similar thing to you as the wear evens out a little bit, and the car becomes a little bit more manageable. But three-way fight at the lead still raging on at the moment. It's Carnahan in second, who's a little bit closer to the leader, and Co-op is to Carnahan for P2 and P3. So they're locked in battle. They're doing it actually is a 203.998 for the third place man. So they are setting some pretty quick lap times there. Good second or so off faster than the rest of the field, to be honest. They're the ones who've got the setup down, it seems, at the moment. Obviously, a lot of pace can be farmed via the setup. Someone can put in X amount of effort with a setup, and you'd have to outperform that by quite a considerable margin to even just keep up. Sometimes, depending on the car, depending on how good that setup really is, it can really unlock a lot of performance. But yeah, something that took me a couple of times, or a couple of months, a couple of years, still trying to figure out, learning how to make a proper setup, and it took me a little while to realise that making the proper setup is the key really to sort of unlocking the extra bit of performance that you have within you. It certainly makes the cars a lot more manageable over a longer race as well. Or you could just run the default and hope for the best. I mean, whatever works for you, quite frankly. And it is still a three-way fight for the lead. They're getting ever closer though. My little timing tower's showing me all the colours. Our leader though running wide through the final complex of corners might leave him vulnerable to Patrick Carnahan down the back straight. He's just 2 tenths away. He's going to have the slipstream. He'll be able to pull close, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to lunge into one. No, not quite. I guess within 1 car length, so it shows how close they are, these two leaders. But without a good drive out that penultimate corner, and the following slipstream all the way down to turn 1 and 2, it's going to be quite hard to pass Aussie down into the hairpin and also spoon, get a good exit out there. Those are your main overtaking opportunities. Or you just keep on applying that pressure and hopefully you hope that the car ahead of you does crack under that pressure. But it's easier said than done. All these drivers here are very well skilled and very well versed in what they do. Making a mistake under pressure isn't going to come naturally to any of these drivers here. Sometimes you do have a small mistake, but such is life. But under pressure like this, the freeway fight is going to carry on for the final third of this race here. As Dirk McCord is on the soft compound tyres, has caught up to his first victim, I guess you could call it. Mark Sutton has been overtaken by Dirk McCord, so obviously that strategy is now beginning to play off. He is 8 seconds though off the back of Andy Morehouse, and albeit he was 7 tenths quicker compared to Morehouse that previous lap, I don't think that's going to be quite going to be enough within 15 minutes to go. He needs maybe another 5 minutes or so with some decent tyre life added to the end of that. Might give him the opportunity to get to Andy Morehouse, but we'll soon see how that all plays out. Twitch, both Twitches and obviously the YouTube upload in a couple of days time after this has been and gone. The sign-ups for the 3rd season will open up on Friday. That is Friday the 13th, unlucky for some. A good day to open sign-ups, that's for sure, for Season 3. I don't know what Season 3 is. I know Jared knows what Season 3 is. Will Jared tell me? No, he probably won't. But Season 3 is opening for sign-ups up to 30 people. We had 30 people sign up for both Season 1 and Season 2. All 30 of those people taking part in Season 1. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, 26 people taking part in Season 2. Obviously during the summer months it can be a little trickier if you've got other things planned already. As we go into the summer and the autumn months there's a spin for Matt Bergen and Richard Blatcher. I think those two came to contact. I think Bergen actually holding off and giving that position back to Richard Blatcher, so something happened between those two which was off camera. But yep, there'll be, I assume, 30 sign-ups, correct me if I'm wrong, Jared, for Season 3, but they'll go very quickly, that's for sure.
I'm actually unsure how many we had for Season 3. I think we're allowing up to 32, I believe.
Ooh, an extra 2, aren't you guys lucky? But yeah, they'll go very quickly, I'm sure of that.
You should know at least what car it is from the vote.
I don't really pay attention. There was a vote.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to know, so Season 3 is going to be GT4 class.
GT4s, ooh.
But I think more information will I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. It'll probably be Wednesday or Thursday, whenever Theolupu or whoever wants to put that information out. We kind of got everything ready to go. Mr. Insbury's been doing a lot of research, a lot of track time. He's picked a good schedule. We've got some different ideas, so it should be fun. It should be interesting. People should hopefully love it.
Yeah, GT4s are a good stablemate of all racing communities, of the younger, the smaller sisters to GT3s. But I think GT4s certainly promote some closer racing. Obviously, the cars themselves are a little bit slower. I mean, racing is enabled to be a bit more closer. But yeah, GT4s are a good choice. Obviously, the Lotus comes with the starter pack, I believe, so pretty much everyone has that anyway. So they'll at least have the Lotus for sure. And that's a pretty decent car. Obviously, ranging from the Porsche to the BMW, the Audi, KTM, possibly. I think that's KTM. There's a good selection there in GT4. I'm sure Bathurst is probably on the calendar. I'll be very surprised if it's not. But yeah, time will tell. Obviously, details coming out on the North American RaceRoom Discord in a couple of days. Probably, like I say, before Friday, I would assume, to build just that little bit more extra hype. There's sign-ups going out on Friday. Depending on when that season actually starts, I may or may not enter, depending if I'm back at uni or not. That's a discussion for another time. We are into the final 10 minutes of this race here. The top three still nose to tail, each of which are within half a second of each other. And they have been locked there for a good part of 8 to 10 minutes again. Perez is just in the distance. He's dropped away a little bit. That gap growing from 2.5 seconds to 4 now. He was there, sort of vibing. Just in the background, he's ready and waiting for something from these top three to happen. Jared once again is caught up to Michael after the brief hello at the hairpin. Runs wide through 130R. It's very wide. A little bit more than just the blend at the throttle. Nonetheless, did get a slowdown penalty. At least I didn't see it, and you have caught up. Actually caught up quite a lot for that. Actually, Kane Keishon Hall is in the pits. He is in the pits. Something's happened to Keishon there.
He's taking tires.
He was on the hard tires, so.
He was, yes.
Yeah, interesting. He's on my screen, but like not where he should be on my screen. So maybe a weird disconnect for him. Not too sure. See if he rejoins or not. If not, that's a little bit of a shame to make it 30 minutes for a race and then have yourself cut off at the very end. In P8, he's putting pressure on Graham Dog, look to the outside for the hairpin. No chance he's going to go around there. Just too much extra distance, so you have to cover there. But he's got a good exit off said hairpins. They make their way down to Spoon in the Pro Mark, bright yellow, compared to the greyed out car of Grimy Dog. It's right in the bump there. He's going to get a good slipstream down the back straight, and then obviously you have to have a little bit of a lift through 130R to grip. At least the aerodynamic grip just not quite there in these cars, so allow you to take it full on flat. And at least on the air of caution you have a little lift so you don't run over the curb, and sometimes that can spit you around a couple of times. It looked like Evan was about to make a move into the Casio triangles, looking for it. It was actually Evan Grimy Dog who outbroke himself into final complex corner. He's compromised off the final corner. Nathan Gramke is going to dart to the outside. No room on the inside for him. Can he swing it around the outside? He's going to try it. He's going all the way around the long way. He's going to be still on the outside through turn 2. He's going to get run out wide. Possibly holds on to it. Yeah, up the inside for turn 3, but still they're going to get side by side as we go through the S's here, and has to back out of it. A good chance there from Granke. Certainly seized it where he could, ran side by side for 3.5 corners, but eventually hung out to dry on the outside and had to back out of there. But he knows where Grimy Dog is a little bit weaker there. There's a chance for him there in the next few laps in terms of the closing stage of this race. There is a change for the lead. Patrick Karna there has taken over the lead from Filipe. So the Canadian now resides at the top of the timing towers. Romeo Perez is closing an entire second on that lap, so Bessell really slowing this lot up at the moment. To make their way into the triangle for almost the penultimate lap time. Lap time being 2:05, so that pace has dropped from low minute 2:04s to mid 2:05s there. Partly due to the battling, partly due to the tyre wear, I would assume. Their record though is within a second of Andy Morehouse, so this strategy is somewhat working out for him, weirdly enough. We'll flick back to him in a moment. We're going to watch this freeway fight for the lead. It is really kicking off here, as it has been for the last 10 minutes or so. These three have been locked in a very tight battle. There is a yellow out for Keishan Hall and Mark Sutton. Keishan actually is back out on the track, still on the hard pump tyres, so I don't even know if he did change tyres. Not sure what his potential issue was. A spin for Mark Sutton that has dropped him down to last place. Derek McCord is trying to look to the inside at 130 out. That's never going to happen. It's never going to happen with good results. Has to stay behind through the triangle, but with those fresher soft compound tyres, he surely should be able to get a good run off the back of the corner. If he does, it'll be in that position there, coming down into turn 1. The last few laps, he's looking to the inside into turn 1, backs out of it, quite alongside there. Again, we'll switch to the top 3. As we switch to the top 3, it's Patrick Karnahan who's done a very similar mistake to Jared did through Spoon, just losing the back end there, but unlike Jared, who was able to recover to the ground, he got collected there by, I think, Cohort there, Thomas Cohort, which is gifted Romeo Perez P3, and I did say about 20 minutes ago, maybe I can predict the future sometimes, that Romeo Perez was just going to be waiting for something to happen between these three, and eventually it did. Final 4 minutes here. Yeah, just a little mistake there from Karnahan, trying to carry too much speed off the apex there, too much of a tight angle. And the tyres just couldn't do it. They gave up at the rear, and round he went with a little bit of a nudge from Cohort, who sort of barged him out the way. And he's able to carry on, but he is 8 seconds off the back of Romeo Perez now, so that podium and that win, quite frankly, for Patrick Karnahan no longer in contention. Filipe now leads the way with Theodore entering P6, which means that this, if it ends as it is right now, Filipe will take that P2 in the championship there. Matt Bergen in P9 will take the championship win, and Theodore Ensry will be relegated from P2 down to P3 in that championship. I'm sure he won't be too displeased. It's been a good campaign from both the Theos, coming in second and third most of the time, unfortunately, to Matt Bergen, which just is a testament to Bergen's pace, consistent pace, 6 wins in a row, third in the last round, and currently a P9 at the moment. So it has dropped off towards the end. But those first 6 rounds were quite unstoppable. A three-way fight though over P10 there. Duffy, Blatcher and Svetek here. Just making their way through the S's. We're onto the penultimate lap, so time is ticking away here. Only a handful of miles left of the track to complete before they could do no more. Yeah, they're all pretty close here. They're all assume pushing as hard as they can. Their tyres must be dropping up at this stage now. They're all on the neutral compound of tyre. I'm sure equally struggling here. Romeo Perez with a slowdown penalty. He's within a second of second place there. Thomas Cohort, Grimy Dog still under pressure from Evan Gramke. They're within half a second. This three-way fight right here, and Dirk McCord is also now within half a second of Andy Morehouse. So battle's still going on up and down the field. This entire 45-minute race has been a very closely fought one in general here, actually. A good show has been put on by the North American Racing Discord drivers here in the finale. Here we go. This could be a chance here for Jared, who's maybe going to look to the inside. He can go.
The inside.
He's going for it. Well, he's kind of got the quarter panel. There's a little bit of contact between the two. Was Jared ever alongside fully enough? Some may argue no. Jared didn't care. But he gave the move a good go anyway. A little bit of contact between the two as they do go on to the final lap now. It's one more chance for you there, Jared, to try and get P11 and P10 there from those two ahead of you. Dirk McCord's going to try and do something similar to the one's right on the one's runs wide. Easy for me to say. Not able to make that move stick through one for the Evan Gramke coming through the S's. Is right on the bumper of Grammy Dog, unable to make anything of it here. Matt Bergen waiting in the wings there, P9 as well, seeing if there's anything else between these two. So we switch to our leaders as they come down the back straight. Fialipu is in clean air by 2.5 seconds over Thomas Cohort. Romeo Perez is within slipstream range, but not close enough. He's going to have an almighty dive into the Casio Triangle for the final time if he wants to make a move. No, he runs wide through one for the anyway. It's not going to happen for him, so we'll switch over to Fialipu, who will come out the final corner then for the final time in the season finale here at Suzuka to win the final round of the season here. In doing so, he will take P2 in the championship there at the death. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Thomas Cohort just holds off Romeo Perez by half a second. They'll finish P2 and P3. Karna will finish a lonely fourth there in the middle of no man's land, quite frankly. He'll be pretty upset with that, I'm sure, after being in the lead there with 5 minutes to go. He comes across the line in P4. Linden, Bingham, and then P5. Sturdy drive for him. I haven't seen a lot of him actually. I don't think we saw him at all during this race. That shows that he was just keeping the laps going and not making any mistakes. Theodore Enstry on the hard compound tyres. Those tyres didn't come into fruition like he would have wanted at the final moments of those races. He'll come alone in P6 and P3 in the championship. Grimy Dog will just about hold off Evan Gramke, and then Matt Bergen P7, 8 and 9 respectively. Michael Duffy there in P10 will hold off Richard Blatcher and Jared, who fell away a little bit there in the final lap, unfortunately, will come in P12 then. And we're going to have to wait a little bit for Derek McCord, who did get Andy Morehouse in the end. That one-stop strategy on the soft compound tyres actually worked out for him, because I don't think he lost any places from where he pitted originally. P13 for Derek McCord. Hips Andy Morehouse then in the final lap, then he'll come across the line P14. An issue at some point for Keishan Hall where he had to go to pit road for some odd reason. I don't think he changed tyres nor did damage, so I'm not sure what happened to him, but he'll come across the line P15. And our final finisher then to round out 8 weeks of racing here with the North American RaceRoom Discord drivers is Mark Sessions. He'll come across the line now. And there we go. 8 weeks of racing there in these DTM cars. It's been an exciting one. How have you found the entire thing?
That was pretty amazing. It was a great final race. I had a little issue there at the spoon once again, so that put me back from the fight for 10 and 11. But hey, I finished just like everyone else I think did as well. So top to bottom. It's good stuff.
Yep, all 16 finishing there, thankfully, so no disconnects and no major accidents. A couple of contacts here and here, but that's to be expected.
Yes, we are. And season 3 is right around the corner, so we're gonna reload, and it's actually happening pretty fast. Not too much of a turnaround, maybe just a little bit. Just to tease a little bit. But keep looking out for information in the North America RaceRoom Discord. Look for the signups on Friday, like you were saying, and bring everybody. And we'd like to have fun. Anyone's welcome. I mean, it's not closed off to anybody. Anyone with any type of skill level in RaceRoom or sim racing altogether. Come on out, have fun. Learn some new stuff, or learn racing from other people, or whatever. Really, that's what these are for. So.
Yeah, very much so. Like I say, there's multiple things going on. Obviously, the Mondays for the in-house championship, the big old Wednesday get-together for the endurance. There's a private Friday event, which is just for fun. It's 2 combinations of car and a track which aren't normally put together. You just have a bit of fun for the hour. Saturday, the partnership with the Australian, New Zealand RaceRoom community, normally the hour-long GT3 race or wherever track that is each time. And then Sunday, a specific rookie server and rookie time is hosted for those who are starting to get their way into RaceRoom. You can hop in with like-minded folks and enjoy a couple of races on the rookie server. That's surely showing. With the Discord recently ticking over 450 members, the community is ever growing, and we'll love to see you here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're certainly not even trying to be the sole place to come to for North America. I mean, if anyone's watching this, it's not a part of any community. Find anyone, like you guys over at GRG. I mean, join up on your guys' Discord. I mean, you guys do stuff, RaceRoom, ACC. You do everything as well. So I mean, we're not trying to be the end all be all for the Americas or anything like that. I mean, find any community you can get into, or, race with them, race with whoever. Just to have fun. I mean, it's hard enough on the America side with RaceRoom to late at night here is early morning, obviously, like you. So I mean, the ranked servers. In the evening time in the Americas are pretty bare. So, find anyone you can race with, whether it's ranked or unranked, just to get in and do some stuff. So find anybody.
Just have a bit of fun. We're all here because we all like the same thing.
Right.
So might as well enjoy that with other people.
Exactly.
I think that's always a fun time. But yeah, thank you for joining me there, Jared.
Hey. Thank you for joining me as well. We'll do this on Wednesday for the the DTM92 at Zolder.
92s. It's going to be fun. But yep, the magic duo returns in a couple of days for DTMs, the 92 versions of Zolder. That's for a 20-minute race and then a 60-minute afterwards, which is odd. But I guess it's something. And I'll end up my stream here. I'll see you guys next time.
Same here. Have a good morning there, Dom. Take a little nap. Do something. Get a little shut eye. All right, everyone. Here on the on this side of the 2 streams, Evan. I didn't see any of your race, but great race. What did you finish? I think you finished P8. That's good stuff. Congratulations to the winner, Theolupu, who, if you were listening, I think took over P2 overall in the standings. Theodore Insberg comes in P3 overall in the standings. Matt Bergen, your overall season championship winner. I think he won 6 of the 8 races, so that's pretty dominant. Well deserving. And top to bottom, everyone beyond 3, so 4 through however many was in this. Congratulations to everyone. Really, it was a successful time. It was a fun time, and like Dom and I were talking about, that's what we're trying to promote. It's one thing to go on the rank side where you have your rating and your reputation in play. Where you're really trying to do what you can do to obviously get your rating and your rep higher, like you see on the European side where they have platinum, gold, silver, bronze. They've got all different levels. At least here, we're promoting all of it. So there are times for the ranked side, but then there are times like these where, you know, we're here. We're obviously competing with each other, but we're also trying to have a lot of fun. So, you know, good stuff by everybody. Thank you to everyone who participated. Certainly look out for signups for season 3. That happens on Friday via the race app. So if you're already signed up on the race app, keep an eye out for that. If you're not signed up on the race app yet, or if you're not in the Discord yet, certainly find your way there. There's a link here on our Twitch side. There'll be a link on the YouTube side once this goes up. Sign up on the race app. It requires, I think, either your Steam or your Discord, credentials. So it's easy to sign up, easy to get hooked up with us. You'll find your season 3 on Friday, and if you're interested, sign up for it. There's been a lot of work on the back end by a few of us to put it together to try to make it as complete and as fun as it can be. So, keep your eye out for that. There'll be a lot of differences compared to season 2 to season 3. It should be a lot of great differences. Things to keep it interesting, for sure. So hopefully that was enjoyable. Hopefully the stream looked okay from this point of view. If you watch Dom's as well, I'm sure he really appreciated that. He does great stuff over there on his stream. He does great stuff with the GRG community, and as I said, they do stuff with RaceRoom. They do stuff with ACC. They do iRacing. They do just about everything. Same for us. So thank you, Amato. Hopefully it caught everything from Dom's point of view, from where he was clicking around and stuff, and hopefully the auto director caught all the great stuff too. So, in the end, if you're looking for a place to race, find anyone. Link up with GRG, link up with us at North America Race Room. If you're in South America, I'm certain there are some South American communities with Discords that do Race Room. Find anyone to race with just to get in there, and then you can start looking around for other communities to race with, and be a member of multiple communities and race with multiple stuff. I mean, it's open to everyone. So it's we try to be as inviting as possible, and hopefully we come off like that. Certainly join up with us, jump in the the ranked stuff that we do, jump in the unranked. The Friday nights are the best to jump into if you're brand new. It's all for fun, kind of like what this was, but on a smaller scale. Each week is different. So it's I say it thousands of times. It's great stuff. So for those that were that joined here on Twitch throughout all this, thank you for joining. Hopefully everything sounded good, everything looked good. After this gets uploaded to YouTube, it should be up probably by tomorrow. Thank you to everyone on YouTube who views it, likes it, follows or subscribes to the North America Race Room YouTube page. Leave any comments that you want to, whether they're good or bad. We take it all. So follow the Instagram page, North America Race Room on Instagram. Follow the Twitter, that's in Race Room. Stuff goes up there periodically, so find your way into the Discord. Find yourself somewhere just to have fun. I mean, that's really all what it's about in the end. Sim racing can get competitive at times, but in the end, hey, as long as you're having fun, then that's the best that you can do. And hey, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but these are also games at the end of the day. So it's certainly nothing to go crazy about. So have fun. I do, that's for sure. So I'll end this. What's today? Monday. We'll be back on Tuesday. So Dom and I will be doing something similar on Wednesday as well for the DTM92. DTM92 at Zolder. And if you heard him say, they're doing something a little bit different for that endurance. They're doing a 20-minute race, and then they're going to follow it up with a 60-minute race. So kind of a little break there in between. I mean, obviously only about a minute, I'm sure, in between races. But you got your 20 minutes to maybe learn what you need to do with the car to make it competitive for an hour. Who knows? It's almost like a qualifying race with 60 minutes being your main event. But Dom and I are going to link up again on both channels. I won't be racing it at that time. I'm not good with the DTM92s. They're fine and all, but I'd rather just sit back and watch and hang out. So that's what we will be doing. So keep an eye out for our Twitter. I'll start putting up things as we get closer and everything like that. So, but yeah, I was gonna jump into the voice channel, but I won't. I'll just end this. So once again, thank you to all those who watched here live. Thank you to those who watch at a later time on YouTube or even on Twitch. I know these stay up for a little bit, so whenever you watch this, thank you for watching. Have a great evening here on Monday the 9th. Any other time you're watching this, have a great day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever. Have a great one. We'll see you out on track. Find your way into any Discord or any community to get out on track and go from there. So, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, be awesome. Let's go racing. We'll see you next time. We'll see you on Wednesday.